This is a special program with Unique Mecca Audio and
Juanita. Come check out my station.
Juanita what?
Juanita Mecca Audio. All right.
All right. Let them know. Subscribe at Juanita Mecca Audio. Is going up today. This is my twin. This is my heart. And we're going to try and talk to the youth together because I don't think y'all really understand. Subscribe at Unique Mecca Audio and Mecca Audio TV and Juanita Mecca Audio. And let's not forget Unique Mecca Audio Prison Stories. All right. All right, you know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. I'm here with my princess. She got her own channel. Make sure you go subscribe at
Juanita Mecca Audio. Check me out.
All right. Remember that. All right. Juanita Mecca Audio. Now, we're going to get right to the point because what we got going on here is we got dudes sliding on each other all over the United States, maybe even all over the world because they pick up a lot of things that we do and they do it over there. And, you know, you unalive each other out here. And then when you go in prison, then you mesh together as one. So now you got, you know, FBG Duck, you know, and then you got Little Dirt, you know, OTF. They got some young brothers serving a lot of time in prison for unaliving each other. And now when they go to the penitentiary in the feds, there's only a handful of them from their state, so they must come together and be one. But when they was on the street, they was trying to unalive each other. Do y'all understand that? What do you think about that?
It's crazy because, you know, this kind of what we was touching on yesterday. But my whole thing is you literally just wasted all your time on them streets unaliving each other. And then you get in the jail, and now you over here being in cahoots with everybody. What was
because
the point
you have to
doing what you do? But it makes you think, what was the point of you doing what you was doing on them streets? Because now you sitting in here still cahooting with everybody. But you could have been doing that on the outside being free.
And she's saying cahoots, but that means
just talking, basically.
No, protecting each other.
Well, that's what they're doing.
They're gonna protect each other's lives while they're in the prison, but when they was on the street, they tried to unalive each other. So I've been saying this long enough at Unique Mecca Audio. Juanita Mecca Audio get ready to start. She gonna give it to you from a female perspective. But now we're gonna let another man that's serving 3 life sentences plus consecutive life sentences, that mean running wild, plus 106 years is going to speak on that, how he realized that. So y'all sit back and watch this program. All right.
I wonder if we could take a moment, if you have a message directly you want to share directly to your kids, you know, if you want to share a couple words for them that, you know, we can get over to them if you want to look.
Yeah, I got a message for all people out there that's really a part of the gang life. I just put it to you like this. It's real simple. If you're going to kill, or if you're willing to kill this individual over this particular street, this particular neighborhood, this particular color, and if you get the opportunity to actually do it and you get caught, because you're going to get caught because there's so many cameras and stuff out there, I just tell you, look at it like this. You're going to kill somebody for something that you don't own, something that you can be from this particular street and they can change it to John Wayne Boulevard because you don't own none of it, right? But then you're going to come into this penitentiary and you're not going to fight damn one of those dudes. You're not going to argue with them. You're not going to swing on them. You're not going to do nothing to them. So what's the purpose of killing them out there and you're going to come in and spend the rest of your life in here and don't never do nothing to none of them?
Oh, did you hear that? Tell him what he just said in your words.
He basically just said the same thing we was kind of talking about, though, but in a better sense, actually, like the way he described it, because he's in there. So he sees that everybody out there, they killing each other on them streets, but then when they get in there, they all got to be sitting in there with each other anyway.
and
Literally.
protecting each other
Yes.
and living in the cell with each other, 4
Could-
by 8 with each other when they couldn't live in a project with each other.
And that's when you had open space, and now you're literally in prison. It's
Confined
basically like a
space.
small world. Like,
Confined
yeah,
space,
and it's
yeah.
like it's their world, and everything is just right there. So you're seeing this person all day, every day. It's not even you really getting out the way you could have if you was on the street. So that's actually kind of sad though too. I was like, if you think about it, it's sad for them.
That's why I say don't go to prison. Don't get involved with gang life. Don't get involved with the street. It's not worth it because there's rules and codes. You try and unalive each other on the street, and then you try and protect each other's lives in prison. The same ones that you serve in life for unaliving. Tell me how that makes sense in your world because you're from a different generation.
And not even that, y'all killing, like he said, y'all killing for things that y'all don't even own. That's like y'all don't even own these things, and you straight trying to kill all these people for what? Just like he said, they could change the street in a heartbeat. Okay, you got a car, your car could get repossessed in a heartbeat, right? So it's like, you know what I mean? Make it make sense when you move how you moving. Don't do the crime unless you're ready to do the time, because that time ain't gonna be fun. I promise you that.
Tell them again.
And you gotta make sure you got somebody to give you some money to have living there, because it ain't fun being broke either.
Yo, and it's funny you mentioned that because we're going to ride.
For real.
We're going to ride, right? We're going to ride. Now, the same brothers that they was trying to unalive, if they family members don't send them any money, right? So they could buy their little stamps, which is the currency in the prison,
In
right?
the commissary.
If they don't send them any money, then they got to go to the same brothers they was trying to unalive to say, yo, family, I'm hungry. My money didn't come tonight. I need a butt naked soup. A butt naked soup is a ramen 25-cent soup that come with the season pack and the soup. And you love them Jones
I
to
do,
death.
I do. And it's crazy because 25 cents in prison, you think about it like, damn, that's like a hungry man meal kind of outside, because you can't hook it up with nothing extra, you know what I mean, to make it that good. But it's like, damn, you really gonna have to be asking and trading just to get something from somebody else that's 25 cents.
No. I gotta disagree with that. I hook up my ramen noodle soup where I put mackerel in it, onions and green peppers with it. You know, I stew it down. I put a little rice with it, and
No, we put it with the rice to make the rice more.
th-
Yes,
yeah,
with the white rice to give it
yeah,
more.
but when you put the onions and green peppers and tomatoes and a little seasoning with a little extra water, it
You
makes.
must have worked in the kitchen, because
Nah,
so how'd you get all that? I was like, I didn't have to.
No. Didn't have to work in the kitchen. All I had to do was know somebody that worked in the kitchen. They bring back the vegetables. They sell them for 3 stamps.
So you knew one of these
75
people.
cents. There you go.
Yeah, you hit it. You hit
know,
it. Ding,
that-
ding.
Yeah, that's called surviving off the land. You know what I mean?
That's the point. Got it.
So you understand. But we don't want you to have to survive off the land at Unique Mecca Audio or at Juanita Mecca Audio.
Okay.
We want you to survive off the free land, not the incarcerated land. And we want you to use United States currency, not United States postal stamps as your currency. All right?
And their minimum wage is a lot lower than out here, so stay free.
All right.
That's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous way of thinking, and you need to change that. And if we all thought like that, then it'll change immediately. Because you're going to go kill somebody because they say they're from this neighborhood or they've got this color on, but then you're going to come in here every single day and don't touch now one of those dudes. That's the most ignorant stuff I've ever been a part of in my life. Like, that's just ignorant. The mentality is ignorant.
Did you hear that? He said that you trying to unalive somebody on the street, and you come in here and you don't even touch the same person you was trying to unalive that you got a life sentence for. So y'all in Chicago, California, Detroit, Miami, New York, Jersey, Philly, Baltimore, DC, wherever. You beef on the street and then you become family in the prison after you got the time in prison for beefing on the street. That makes sense. Somebody put it in the comments and let us know what's going on.
You know what I mean? So that's my message to anybody out there. Just think about that before you do it. You're going to come into this penitentiary and spend the rest of your life in here and don't touch none of those dudes. You're not going to, politics-wise, you're not going to be able to do it. Are they going to get you? Your own homies going to get you.
You heard that? Your own homie's gonna get you if you try and bring the street beef into the prison. Because right now we need the numbers. You need the numbers in order to survive. Because when you in California, because we ride. when you're in California, Miami, or wherever, they got hundreds of people that's from Miami or California or wherever. But when they come together, so you understand, you have to come together to make your numbers stronger. So Detroit or Chicago, LA is somewhere where they're not locking up a lot of your people and sending them to a different coast. Because what they do is they send you outside your coast, which is considered as your comfort zone. You understand? So now you have to learn to survive by yourself and whoever else is from your coast. And this may be and will be the same brothers that on the streets you called them your ops. But now there's no pistol, so there's no unaliving. Only pistol is, as Banky Pound says, that Bethlehem. That means that jailhouse shank.
See, but you see that though, right? Basically, everything they was trying to avoid doing on the street because now they out there and they doing this, so they should have basically just it's like I said, they had to go to prison to get humble to realize this is how
To
they
get
gonna
common
have to-
sense.
Yeah, basically, so they could be able to do that. God willing, they get outside one day to do it again. Because that's sad.
All right.
So that's stupid.
Yes.
So why do it? So that's my message.
How long did it take you to grow this mindset?
Really, I knew it from the first time I guess it's not my first time being in the penitentiary. So the first time I came into the penitentiary, I experienced that. We was so-called beefing with these particular individuals or whatever. Then I came in here, seen all of these dudes, and nobody was doing nothing to them. So I'm like, what's the purpose of that, right? You know what I'm saying? So from that point on, I was done with that. As far as like gang banging, I was done with that aspect of it. So I probably would still only do something to you if I felt like he was gonna do something to me. But, even though that's still wrong mentality, right? But that's why I always say the 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Because if you're still willing to do something to somebody for something ignorant, then you still got 1 foot in. So so that it changed for me instantly when I came the first time. But I've been back to jail because of the laws are so crazy. I still had the belief in my mind because you be in here for so long. People come in here and they telling you all this crazy stuff, so you believe it. So they was telling me about these dudes killing these dudes. This is what's going on. So I always had a gun. But I got caught with the gun, and instead of me getting the time like you might get, I'm getting 1,000,000 years for it. You know what I'm saying? So instead of me getting 16 months county jail time, I'm getting 9 and 10 years for it. Right.
See, what he's saying is, right, so you understand, what he's saying is that he got priors, so that brings his time up more for gun possession. And if you don't have priors, and that will keep your numbers down. So you might get 16 months. In New York, you get like 5. In the States, you get 60 months. That's considered as 5 years. Now, you get 60 months for a gun, but if you're prior, then you get 12 and a half years because now they call you an armed career criminal, all right, or a felon in possession of a gun. So all of y'all that's getting ready to put your gun in your waistline, know if you get caught, you're going to get at least 5 years if you never got locked up, and at least 12 years, 5 months if you have a prior, because now you are felon in possession of a gun.
Or it's 3 strike for it. So
I want to ask you something as well. We can think back and reflect on your childhood. What's one of your favorite, or what's one of your fondest childhood memories?
Let me ask you that. What's one of your fondest childhood memories with me while I was out there, period, in life? What was one of your fondest childhood memories?
That's a good thinker. It has to be childhood or in general, right?
Pick it, whatever you want.
I would say when you walked me down the aisle because I didn't think that was gonna happen. And I actually got to have you, both my brothers there. I ain't never think, oh, that was gonna happen. So that was a miracle, nonetheless. Because all them years wishing on them little stars and stuff, I definitely didn't see that coming. So I think that was the best one.
And you know what's so crazy to show you how twisted my mentality is from running the streets, and that's why I tell you not to run the streets. That was the worst mother effing day of my life to give my baby away.
See, and I loved it. I looked so cute. I had my little
hated
dress, my
that.
hair was nice, my face was beaten. I was loving that. I was like, oh yeah. I
That
had me a
was-
little mermaid.
That was the worst day of my life to walk her down the aisle to
You
give
look
her.
sharp though.
You always look,
Yeah,
I
you
always
look
look
sharp.
I always look sharp.
I
But
tell
you know,
you.
but I want them to really feel the emotion to understand what I'm saying. If I wasn't locked up for 26 and a half years and would have did the right thing and wouldn't have disappointed my baby and my family and my friends and violated the law by poisoning my community, I would have been able to say that that was the best day of my life, to give my daughter away, to know that she's starting a new journey. But after being gone for 26 and a half years out my daughter's life, not wanting to watch nothing on TV, because I always said I'm going to watch it when I come home with my daughter. We planned that all the time. And you broke my mother effing heart when you had me walk you down this stupid
That was beautiful.
shots.
You gotta think about how I felt though, because I was so sad that I didn't think you would have been there. So I was like, oh, here now, let's put a date on it. Bye, bye. You know what I mean? It was like it just worked out exactly how it should.
Do you see how we got different emotional memories about the same incident? She was happy. I was sad.
I was happy at that moment, but before that moment, I was sad for the situation.
What's the situation?
The
Break that down.
situation in my brain, you was never going to be there because you remember you had life. So in my mind, I never was going to have you walk down the aisle. So for that moment to come, and I went through that for years, like always thinking if I would get married. So then when I did get married, it had to be a beautiful blessing for me because it's like something I always thought was not going to happen that I didn't think it could be in my future because of what them papers were saying. It was a blessing that I finally got to have it. Yep. The violins, because that thing was
That's a bunch of bull crap.
Nah, that was hitting. That was from the heart.
Nah,
I meant that.
That's
No,
a bunch of bull crap.
No.
The reason why I say that's a bunch of bull crap is because it hurt me to my soul to know that all these movies I missed, all these plans I had for my princess, she's gonna share this with another trigger.
See, but this is the thing. Who care about that? We gotta think about how you was able to give me that away. You understand what I'm trying to say? You was able
I'm
to
supposed
give
to be
my
happy that I
hand.
gave you away when I didn't even get to spend 26
was
years
able
with
to
you.
Give my hand, like, you know what? I still got a say in this. She could go with you. You understand what I'm trying to say?
But do you see the mentality? I'm gonna keep it 100. I hated every minute of that god doggone wedding.
But I ain't gonna lie, the only thing he loved taking them pictures though, because you know my father be fresh. He loved taking them pictures.
You know?
I had a nice photographer.
You know, and Boogie Black performed. Big round of applause to Boogie Black.
He did his thing.
Boogie Black performed.
Yeah,
You know, but these are the things that I'm saying that, you know, she cherished that.
yes.
And I dread that moment giving my baby away.
I love
After
it.
not being there for 26 years. So call me selfish, whatever you want. If you rat bastard and flip-flop win and public trolls don't understand that, go to another channel because we're keeping it gangster right now. All right. Now, let's get back to this.
I can't even really say that because my parents died when I was young. My father died when I was 7 of leukemia. My mother died the following year. She got murdered. So I can't really say I had no.
Wow. And you know, I'm gonna speak on that, right? We're gonna go quick because baby girl gotta go do things. You know, she trying to go get a job. I'm trying to show that now I can get your money on YouTube. Stop the bull crap. Listen to your daddy for a minute.
Both.
You know what I mean? Nah, we don't need to do both. We gonna get you enough money on YouTube where you could laugh at anybody offering you a job. You know, but let me say this so you understand.
Yes.
What he just said is, let me run that back. Y'all gotta hear what he just said right here.
Said.
All right.
When I was young. My father died when I was 7 of leukemia. My mother died the following year. She got murdered.
You see, that's something that I told myself that you don't know about that I'm sharing with you to keep my hope alive is that when your mother asks me, what are you going to tell our children that you're doing life in prison? You know? So to mollify it, meaning to justify wrong to make it right, right? I told myself and I told her, but first I had to convince myself. I told her and her brothers and sisters, right? I had to tell them straight up that right now, it's better that I'm alive and you could come visit me in prison than if I was unalive and you couldn't visit me because your uncle Khalif, aka Peter, He died during the struggle. My brother got 2 bullets to the head, right? I want to see how you react. Me and her haven't never talked about this. And I shared this with y'all on YouTube, so y'all blessed. My brother got 2 bullets to the head while I was in prison, right after I got sentenced to life plus 20, right? And I'm waiting to go to a penitentiary. They came and brought me in, handcuffed and shackled me to a table. All right, they handcuffed me to the table and they shackled me to the floor. And then they showed me these big, beautiful 8x10 glossy pictures of your Uncle Peter with his brains blowing out, a green matter all over the place. And I'm sitting there forced to look at this. And I never saw pictures of color so clear on Kodak. Because this is back in, 94, October 94, October 1st. So I'm looking at these pictures and they're yelling, the fox hunt is over, the trigger is dead. And I'm looking at them, and all I'm thinking about is ripping their eyes and their tongue out their mouth. But I'm handcuffed and shackled to the table. I said, first chance I get, they're going to pay for this. This was my thought. You understand? And I was hurting so much, and I couldn't do nothing that when they let me walk back upstairs, because I told them straight up, I said, all right, the trigger dead. At least he ain't got to serve life in your stinking prison. And they said, but you do. And I said, yeah, but when God ready, he gonna get me out of here. I said, just take me back upstairs. I'm ready to get out of here.
Yeah, I ain't gonna show that to them either.
So as I'm walking up those stairs, handcuffed and shackled, that was the longest walk of my life. I mean, my knees were shaking.
Because you hold it.
Because I'm holding everything in. I felt, how you get so mad before you get a fight and you just start shaking uncontrollably? That's how I felt. When I made it upstairs to my cell, I walked in my room and I collapsed. And maybe the police told the unit, yo, he just found out his brother got unalive. So, watch him for me and be compassionate with him. So when I go in the cell, I collapsed and I fell on the floor. And I'm laying there looking up on the floor. And a dude I was in Virginia Beach. A dude walked in from Chesapeake, dude I was real cool with, and he saw me at my weakest moment. And only thing, baby girl, was on my mind was taking his life, because no one never seen me like this. I didn't want another human being to be alive to say, I saw Unique crumble on the floor like a bitch. And y'all don't even understand that, but I'm just being real because I want my baby to understand what I'm going through. So when I got up and I sat on the bed, I'm looking at him. He was big as a mother. He was bigger than me. I'm just keeping water. You know what I mean? But the first thing in my mind was to reach for my knife and hit him in his face with it. Got to watch the words I use in YouTube. So I'm looking at this man, and he looked at me, and he could see it in my eyes. And he said, Unique, I love you. God love you. You're going to be all right.
That's a little angel.
You understand what I'm saying? He said, you're going to be all right. And only thing on my mind was taking his life at that time, because he saw me in my weakest moment. This is what my life had to be. And this is what I'm trying to prevent your life from being. If you don't understand this, I don't know what to tell you. I'm getting emotional. I'm glad I'm wearing these dark glasses just telling you about this. Let me get back to this, man.
I don't even know why they showed the picture to you.
No, they did that to break me.
Yeah, but that's that. You shouldn't.
But listen, the same thing like slavery, because we ride. The same thing like slavery. They used to take the pregnant women and hang them upside down and take the feet out and stomp it in front of the whole community, so that they know that if you do this, this is what we're going to do to you. And that's how they break you. So they couldn't break me with taking me to trial. They couldn't break me with sentencing me to life. So they said, well, we're going to break him by showing him his loved one with his blowing out.
So I'm glad you held it in, because I would have did the same. I ain't going to show nothing in this out from you. That's how they're going to use it for weakness.
This is how real this life is, man, that I'm telling you not to enter into. And my baby's here to help me tell y'all this. So don't say that we didn't tell you.
So I can't really say I had no.
Wow. So there's nothing positive that you can remember about your childhood. Yeah.
Nope.
That's powerful.
You see what I'm saying? He said there's nothing powerful to remember about his child. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to share another one with you. Let me know if I told you this or your mother told you this, because your mother the only one that knows. My first Thanksgiving home, man. I came home May 15, 2020. for Thanksgiving 2020, I was supposed to go by her house where they was having everybody come together because I missed the birthday in May, the day after I came home, because dude was just boning my daughter, and I didn't know what direction it was going in. But when I was supposed to go to that house, right? Their mother left all the presents behind. I'm supposed to bring all the presents, but before she left, I said, "Nah, just take them with you because I don't know what time I'm coming." So I'm driving down the highway. As I'm driving closer to her house, and I have the video with this. I took not video, picture. I took a picture of me driving down the turnpike because I was living up, up the turnpike. I'm driving down and tears is running down my eyes, snots is running out my nose, and I'm crying like a baby because I've never experienced a Thanksgiving that I could remember.
I do remember that.
You remember that? I told you about that, right?
Yeah.
I
'Cause
told them I wasn't coming.
You was emotional too that time.
I told them I'm not coming to Thanksgiving. Niggas like me, excuse me, triggers like me don't show emotion.
And we ain't understand. We was like, that's family time. Come to the things, but I get it.
They didn't understand that. But listen, I don't have a Thanksgiving memory growing up. I don't have not one Thanksgiving memory growing up.
That's what's sad because everybody's supposed to have that.
Not one. And now here I am, 56 years old, about to experience my first Thanksgiving with my grandchildren and my daughter that I haven't seen in 26 and a half years. I got tears in my eyes as I'm telling you this story, but that's how real this is because I want y'all to feel my pain so you don't go through my pain. I'm riding down the turnpike and tears is running down my eyes, man. And I caught their mother and I said, I can't do it. They're like, baby, be strong. You fought through everything else. I said, I can't do it. She said, don't let them down. And if you look close enough, you can see the tears in my eyes. I couldn't do it. And I even took a picture of it because I wanted to remember that moment. That was my first Thanksgiving in my life that I have a memory of at 56 years old. And it broke me. But I held it together. Then I didn't want them to see me cry, so I had to suck it up and go in there and kiss his face with my granddaughter. When the whole time I'm looking, I'm like, damn, I miss my daughters like this. My granddaughter loved it, but my baby showed me that she accept me for missing it because I'm there with her daughter, my granddaughter. And I've been on here long enough. I'm getting too emotional. Yo, listen, man, look. I got tears in my eyes telling you this story. Because it's real, man. It's real. I didn't even want to go to my Thanksgiving. I didn't want to be around nobody. I've been on the streets pulling pistols, getting shot at. I got 4 bullets in me and to jump off a roof. Then got robbed, stabbed, everything. And none of that hurt more than the feeling of going to face them for something that I've never experienced. I would have rather got pulled over on the highway and went to prison than go to that Thanksgiving meal at that time.
You did it.
That's how twisted my mind was. And on that, I'm getting ready to tap out, man, because y'all don't even understand how.
I'm a holler at them. We got this.
You know what I mean? You want to tell them something before I go off? Because right now, I'm not even feeling it, man.
Oh, look.
You know?
Look, let me tell you something. Like I said before, we all go in dark moments so we could be able to, is what they call it. We go through them storms. We gotta go through them storms so we could be able to gain the strength and get the knowledge that God wants us to gain, and so we could be able to collect our blessings. He did that. He did what he was supposed to do in his long darkness. Sometimes people need to sit down a little longer than others because so they can really understand and be in the darkness and hear God and no other voices. You know what I'm trying to say? So he did what he was supposed to do, and God is now blessing him, and now he's getting what he's supposed to get. But he's supposed to feel that pain, and he's supposed to cry, because if you don't feel what they say, if you have a wound, don't touch it, so it can heal. So it's like at the end of the day, he got to touch on it, he got to talk about it, so he could break down and cry, because when he was in there, he held it in for so long. So now he can finally release, and he's free to do that with people
I
that
love
love
you,
him.
baby.
I love you more.
And thank you for understanding. This is
course.
my only baby I know understand. You know, I'm just keeping it
Cause I'm a little
100.
messed up in here too, but we got it though. All right, we got it.
All right. Make sure you subscribe where?
Well, Unique Mecca Audio, please.
All right. Unique
Respect.
Mecca Audio, Prison Stories, Mecca Audio TV, and right here, hit the notification bell. I'm out of here because this shit is too emotional.
Doses.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in hall. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, make an audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. Baby horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yard. So we can